Hey there. The big news this month is Mercury retrograde. And so he does this every 3 months-ish. However, he is really not happy about this one. Mercury and Sagittarius don't get along at all. So Mercury zips along and he does this thing and he's super happy and he flicks everybody. He's a little trickster. He. And then he goes what appears to be retrograde, which means he looks like he's moving backwards. So he kind of drags all that energy and he kind of like pulls it all back. So anytime you're like, I'm going to make a connection, I'm going to make a sale, I'm going to tie something off, I'm going to finish something up, that's all Mercury going, moving forward, zipping along, and he makes things happen. Then when he pulls back, none of that stuff works. And so normally, it's like not awesome, but not all Mercury retrogrades are the same. When he's in a sign that he doesn't like, he's already not getting along with it. And he's in opposition to Sagittarius. He does not like Sagittarius at all. Why? Sagittarius is about experiencing things, about growing and about exploring and about putting big things together, about taking the long view, really big international, cross-cultural, intricate things. Mercury doesn't like that. Mercury's like, boom, 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 boom. I want the epiphany. I want the bottom line. And then when he's in Sag, he's like, oh, wait a minute. I've got to study. I've got to put some stuff together. I've got to take my time. He's not so thrilled with that. And Sagittarius is like, look, you've just bubbled all this stuff up and you're really making me distracted and you're really aggravating me. So when Mercury's going retrograde, let's just listen to dates, right? Because it's the first part of it that is just a bucket of yuck. The last part of it, actually, weirdly, it gets kind of cool. So from November 9th until November 18th, that's when it's like, no bueno at all. So Mercury is coming in on the heels of a big full moon on the 5th that is really drenched with a lot of energy, makes you feel isolated, makes you feel not great. And then a few days later, he's going and he's just like flipping the world upside down, basically. And it's personal. He's a personal planet, so it's for you. And then, no, it gets really yummy. So I'm going to talk about that. In the areas of your life that you want to be looking at, it depends on where Sagittarius is in your chart. So you can go to astro.com if you have star chart, like whatever you have, and you're going to be looking for this sign, that little arrow, the red little arrow, wherever that is in your houses, right? Because the sign is the flavor of it. I just talked a little bit about Sagittarius. Mercury is the energy that's spinning up, and then the house is what actions, what behaviors. So even if you don't want to do that and you're like, oh, I don't feel like dealing with this right now, really take a step back over the next weekend or so and just think about the areas of your life that you're like, it's a little spongy over there. Like this relationship, not awesome, but I'm just going to kick that down the road. This piece of equipment or appliance or system doesn't really work. Not a big deal. I don't feel like dealing with it right now. This next venture that I want to do, not that I don't have it fully done. It isn't that. It doesn't really feel that good, but I'm going to do it anyway. Mercury's like, deal with it now. That's basically what he's telling you. It's like, deal with it right now. Because if you deal with it now, of course you can say it just makes sense. Because it's going to get super complicated even more so later. So deal with it now. So that's my advice. And in what area? Well, it depends on where it is. If it's in your first house, I hate to say, it's everything in your life. And it's super obvious, and you already know that. You've probably not been taking action, which you should be taking action. So let's just do that now. Second house is about money. So what finances are just not working? And let's go ahead and fix those. Third house is about communication. And so if you have a marketing messaging scheme, or if you have an offering that you're going to be doing lots of teaching in and whatnot, really look at that and see what is not fully clear. Fourth house is all about family. So what's happening in your family? Because guess what? It's going to come up right before the holidays. The fifth house is interesting. That's about love affairs. So if there's anything dodgy there, you're going to want to figure that out because it's going to come up and it's going to come out. Or if you've been taking risks. So if you're over your skis in any way, you're going to want to bring that back. Sixth house is really interesting. Sixth house is about work. And so if in work you've got too many things that you've said yes to, or not enough yeses. So again, it's extreme. The Sagittarius is extreme. That's going to come up. Seventh house, really close relationships to you. contracts. Please don't sign any contracts. Either do it now or you can put it off for 10 days. There's going to be something you miss and you're not going to know you miss it, even though you think you don't miss it. Then in the eighth house, deep connections. Like, how are you being intimate with yourself? How are you dancing with the mysteries? How are you coming into your intuition? Ninth house, travel, cross culture, big picture things. So is there anything that you're missing from a strategy perspective? 10th house is like how you're seen in the world. So here's the thing. Sagittarius really likes to push things to the limit. If you've been over exaggerating things like, oh, I know this because I learned it once, but I haven't really taught it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because it makes so much sense. Make sure you know it because it's going to come out if you don't. 11th house is who you hanging with, like in the world, your like-minded people. A little bit about the future. So how are you not embracing yourself and putting yourself in that 2.0 version of you? The 12th house is things that are lost, hidden, or missing. And so they're going to bubble up to the surface. They might be uncomfortable, but that's okay. Because I'll tell you, there is this turn that happens because two reasons. One is that Mercury's shifting and he's leaving Sagittarius. He's going to go back into Scorpio. That's really deep. That's already a drenching energy. There's the new moon. Uranus is involved. There's just a big, huge star configuration that's involved. That's going to bring everything up to the surface. So you'll get super clarity. The world will get super clarity. But then on the heels of that, what's really beautiful is Jupiter comes in, Venus comes in, there's gorgeous supportive energy, and it feels really luscious. So if you think about it, you're like, I just have to kind of do my homework a little bit, just kind of have to roll up my sleeves and dive in. But then there's reward for that, and it gets magnified if you deal with the things now. So big news in November is Mercury retrograde. Let's all buckle in and make sure that we're sorted. Happy November. And let's just say happy Mercury retrograde.